Hi everybody, this is a quick tutorial about Excel and making charts in Excel. So I created some faulty numbers so that we can get a move on just to see kind of how to go through it. So I have some ice cream categories, some store categories, and in your project you'll be asked to fill this in. I'm not concerned about you looking in your chart and then filling in this table. So the first thing we want to do is create a bar graph or a bar chart. And so I'm just going to select it all. So one left click, select all of the things that I want to go into my chart or graph. Then I'm going to go to Insert, and then it'll have different graphs over here that I can pick from. I'm going to go up here and select a bar chart right here. You'll notice it says clustered column. That was in the picture for those of you who might have or would be following along with the interactive textbook. Clicking that, there we go. So if this was not how I wanted it, although it is, if I didn't want to have my different stores down here, I could have the different types of ice cream by pressing switch row and column like this, but I actually prefer it this way. So I'm going to leave it like this. If I wanted to add some different things on the vertical and the horizontal axis, I can come over here and say I want some axis titles here and here, or I can go to a quick layout and select one of these. This one already has it, and it has a legend if I wanted to. Double clicking in here gives me the option to then fill it in. So I'm going to delete this, and we're going to put price or cost price per unit. There we go. Again, I just made all this information up. And down here, we're going to put stores that you can buy this ice cream. And here we're going to do ice cream cost or price. We'll do ice cream prices. There we go. Nothing fancy. And if I didn't like this, I could choose different colors. I can choose different styles. They're up here. I can come into this part and pick different styles this way. I can change my colors here. If I didn't like that one, I can change it to this. Again, I can change quick layout over here. It gives me some really fast options to just change up the chart or the graph. Okay, so the next one, I'm going to come over here for my ice cream and the annual sales, and I'm going to make a pie chart. So I can do this, select it all, go to Insert, come to pie chart. There we go. I could do a bar chart if I wanted to. We can go back and change that if you'd like. It doesn't matter on this one either way for what we're working with. I'm going to leave it. We'll leave it by a pie graph since we did the bar one here. And again, I can choose my layout here instead of going through and adding each element, which is wonderful to do if you want to customize it. I'm going to go ahead and I want the percent and the store in there. So looks good. I can change colors if I don't like it. I can change the style to look more like that. Whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Whatever your preference is. And if I make this smaller, I'm going to have a couple more of those come out because I'm running out of room. So they're just pointing into there. I think your project, you'll have some more room. Okay, the next table here, we want to find the average total sales for my different stores. So here I'm going to put equals, and because Microsoft Excel is so marvelous at calculating for us, I don't have to do the actual equation here. I can just put in a average and then open parenthesis and then one left click and then hold it and drag down, and that will tell me I want the average for all of those. I can close the parenthesis or I can just press enter. I have enough in Excel that it will recognize that it needs to close it for me, and so I can just press enter. If you're not comfortable leaving that, you can do a close parenthesis as well. Now I can do that each for these, or I can get my crosshairs down here and then click and drag, and it will copy that formula over and give me the average for these ones as well. So double clicking in here, it'll say average. If you're not comfortable having these blank ones in there, you can change that to just being those three. Same here if you're not comfortable, and if you would like, you don't have to even click. You can change that by typing it in, and that is 24 to 25. Lots of different ways you can change that to find the averages. Okay, and the next one will be standard deviation. Again, I don't have to actually go through the whole equation. I can just use the built-in equation for Microsoft Excel by pressing in standard deviation. Again, open parentheses so it knows which cells to find the standard deviation for. One left click and hold, drag down, and I can close or not close, press enter, and now we have the standard deviation for all of that one. And again, just one left click and then pull it along. We'll copy that formula for everything to the right of that. Oh, there's one thing I would like to address. Some of you may be seeing some number signs or hashtags, as younger students will call them. You'll see sometimes it shows like this. That is simply saying that it's not big enough for the numbers or the digits that are involved in the cell. So you just need to widen the column. I just wanted to address that really quick in case somebody got confused. All right, so the next one we want to fill in the average annual sales, but we've actually already calculated those here. So we can just copy those. I'm going to left click and select all the average annual total sales. Left or right click, press copy, and then you'll notice they're in a different format. So these ones are horizontal where I want them vertical. So I'm going to click in this cell and press paste special and click transpose. That transpose will go from the horizontal to the vertical or vice versa. And if I go ahead and just paste them right now, each of these averages is being calculated from the cells above it, and so when I press paste, it's going to try and calculate cells above it, and I don't want that. I only want the values. So I'm not going to paste everything, just the values here, and press OK, and there we go. Now if I didn't do that, I'm going to show you what it will look like. I'm going to, we'll come back down here. Copy, I'm going to just press Control C and then come to here to paste special. If I don't select this and just do transpose, it'll say, wait a minute, I don't know what cells I'm referencing to find that average. You'll see that there. So just keep that in mind that if you wanted to do the quick way, copy, and then down here to paste special, make sure that you select values and transpose. There we go. Now I have two distinct sets of data. I have a distance and I have the average annual sales, which means since I have two distinct sets of information, I need to make a scatter chart here. So I'm going to select all of here and then go to Insert, and we're going to go to the charts and make our scatter chart. All right, so you'll see I have all of my data here, and again, just like on the previous ones, I can come to add the elements where I want the axis title for the horizontal, the axis title for the vertical, and again I can go in and say this is going to be distance from the park, and so forth. And I can change it up here as well. And just like all of the other ones, I have different styles that I can select up here in the chart design. All right, so I'm gonna get those to stop highlighting. Just by clicking another cell is fine. The last one we want to do is a chart with this one, and you'll notice since I'm going through a year from January to December and the average monthly sales with each of those months, I want to create a time series. So I'm going to select all of these here, and I don't want these numbers in the middle. So to select this column and this column simultaneously, I need to press Control, or if you have a Mac, Command, hold that down and then left click again and select over here. And that gives you both columns without having to select everything, including this middle stuff. So again, we're going to go to Insert, and we want a time series. So we'll come here, and it's the stacked line with markers, just like shown in the interactive textbook. And there we go. And this one, because again, I don't have the title, the access titles, I'm going to come over to here, and let's just do a quick layout one, just because this one has the chart titles and this one too. Let's go ahead and do that one. Since it's already telling me that it's the average monthly sale, I don't need that, so I'm going to delete my legend. I could leave that in there, but you can customize this as much as you want. In fact, I could get rid of this right here if I'd rather. So down here, you know what? We could delete that, and because we can see that those are the months, or you can say month of the year. Over here, this is the average annual sales for, and up here we can say average, oh, sorry, I meant monthly sale. Average monthly sales. I have too many L's in there. There we go. Okay, and then over here, I didn't give it a store since I was just making things up. We'll say average monthly sales for the Baskin Robbins, just because because I'm just making it up as I go. All right, so I hope that helps you understand how to insert your graphs, to design those and put in your different elements that you would like, and maybe a couple of quick tips on how to transpose and copy and calculate things. Good luck on the rest of your project.